Illustrator is an Adobe software, so if you've used any other Adobe program before, the interface, which basically is everything you see on your monitor, might look familiar to you. On the top are the main menus of the program. They are pretty standard. We got the File menu, Edit, Object, Type, Select, Effect, View, Window, and Help. Most of them are pretty self-explanatory. We will discover the functions they contain as the course progresses. The thing about these menus is that some of them work always, but some of them only when a certain piece of artwork is selected. So if you're getting frustrated why you can't apply a certain transformation, why something is simply not working, well, it's most likely because you didn't select something that can be affected. So never forget to first select something and then try to do something with it. Underneath the menus is our control panel with lots of useful information. We can change our color here, align objects and change their dimensions, select them, and do so much more. We'll talk about this panel in greater detail in a subsequent video. Last but not least is our workspace switch. If I expand it, I'll get the access to different predefined workspaces, such as typography, web, or essentials. Each of the workspaces offers different tools docked in the right panel. Of course, you can define your own workspace, and probably as you get more proficient at the software, you'll want to do that. For now, let's stick to essentials. Now, if you've played a bit with the workspaces before, go ahead and reset essentials. This will reset the tools and panels to their default state and make our workflow smoother and hassle-free. On the right we got tools that are in a way subsidiary to our main tools to the left, which we'll move on to in a second. What I mean by that is that they change along with the change of the workspace. Since we are in Essentials, we got the access to all the necessary tools, such as color, stroke, appearance, or layers. If I choose, say, typography as my workspace, you can see that the panel has changed. It's now containing some additional tools, well, mainly for handling type in this case. Incidentally, in all Adobe products, here at the top we can expand the panel by clicking these little arrows to see some more options. They are different in different tools, so don't be afraid to check them out. Trust me, it's experimentation that will lead you to the best and surprising results in Illustrator. If you want to add or remove some tools from the panel, we can simply drag them out like so, and drag them back in to dock them. Simple as that. If you want to save it like that, we can create our own workspace by expanding this panel right here and clicking New Workspace. But let's not do that right now. Let's take it nice and slow and stick to essentials. On the left side is our primary tools panel we just mentioned. Thanks to these little arrows right here, we can make it 2 column or 1 column. I prefer 2 columns, it's just easier for me to work with. Now, the tools located here are divided into groups. The most important at this point are the selection tools, the black and white arrow, the creation tools, and the transformation tools. At this point, there is no need to explain every single one of them. As the course progresses, we'll take a closer look at those we'll actually use in the designing process. And now the bottom. The bottom panel contains the least information but still is very useful. We can see how much zoomed in we are on our artwork, we can check which artboard we are currently working on, and the name of the tool we have selected. The last thing about Illustrator interface I'd like to share with you at this point are the screen modes. By pressing the letter F on our keyboard, we'll toggle between different screen modes like so. We can hide all the panels by pressing the Tab key, and we can hide the right panel only using the Shift tab on our keyboard. This hides the right panel and leaves everything else visible just so you get some more room to work with. Okay, so this wraps it up for the Illustrator interface. In the next video, we'll talk about handling and applying color to fill and stroke.